To raise and lower the trailer, you need to remove 3 pins. There's 1 pin here that needs to be removed, and then there also is a pin on each axle that needs to be removed. Once the pins are removed, the trailer can be lowered. Once you have the trailer raised up, you can then pull out the sliding aluminum ramp for the handicapped accessible part of the trailer. There will be a lock attaching the ramp that you'll have to undo. And once again, the trailer will be raised. Then you can pull it out. Then lower the trailer. Then you can attach the ramp to these 3 points. So there are 3 bolts that you can undo, and the ramp will slide on top. And then you can attach those bolts to the ramp, and that'll give you a nice handicapped accessible restroom. This access door will give you the ability to view the hydraulic pump. You have your battery and hydraulic pump as well. Once the 3 pins are removed, you can use this to raise and lower the trailer. In your case, because you might be directly connecting this to sewer, you might want to lower it and then slightly raise up the back end so that it slopes down towards the front and allows the waste to come out. All of your keys for the access doors, the doors, and any locks are found in the manual and are clearly labeled. That gray box has a converter that allows you to plug a regular extension cord into the back of the trailer. That would only be used if you're just going to keep a heater on or just the lights. You can't run the entire trailer using that extension, but you could run part of the trailer. On the back side of the trailer, you have a few features. This is your freshwater inlet standard garden hose. This will give you access to your macerator pump for the shower in case you do need to service it. Your 50 amp power supply, you'll need 50 amps for the trailer. This gives you access to the sight gauge. It allows you to see how full the waste tank is. And as mentioned, if you're going to use this and directly connect this to sewer, it would be important for you to use the remote control and just raise up the back end about 3 inches so the gravity can slope the waste down into this point, and then you can directly connect it. Both of these propane tanks should be filled. The right side will be used for the laundry units and the left side for the Navion hot water on demand units. Before moving the trailer, it's important that you drain the fresh water tank. In order to do that, you simply turn this valve on and it'll drain down into the floor. You have 2 options for using your fresh water coming in from the outside. That would be a standard garden hose connection. The fresh water comes in through here, and if you need to fill the fresh water tank, you would open this valve, and then you can see that that would then feed the fresh water tank. You then can have this valve open and use the fresh water tank to feed the water pump. But in your case, you probably won't use the fresh water tank much. So as the fresh water comes in through this point, have this closed, and then have all of these open, and the fresh water would come in through the pump. You will want to, of course, turn on all of these valves. They all should be on, with the exception of this green one. This green one would only be used in the event that you're winterizing the trailer, but all other times it should be off. Please remember to also turn on your propane lines as well. The hot water tanks as well as the pump can be plugged in into those outlets, very clearly labeled. All of your light switches are found here. Breaker panel box has the major components when it comes to electric that also should be turned on. It's important to note when using the trailer in the winter, you need to make sure that it's plugged in to electric, and then at least have this heater on as well as the waste tank heater on. So as long as that heater is on in the waste tank and it's plugged in, the trailer should be able to handle a cold climate. Every so often, you'll have to charge up the battery system and the battery itself for the hydraulic pump. It'll handle anywhere between 4 and 10 uses. To charge up the battery, make sure the trailer is plugged into electricity, and you would simply turn this knob on and leave it on for 24 hours. After 24 hours, it'll have the battery charge up, and then you can turn it off. Overall, it's a very simple trailer to use.